Capitulum XXIX. Navigare necesse est. Lectio Altera versus sexagesimus usque adversum centesimum vicesimum sextum. Sale modo, inquit gubernator. Just jump, says the captain. Nemo nostrum te prohibebit. No one of us will stop you. Certe non tam felix eris quam Arion, qui delphino servatus est. But certainly you will not be so lucky as Arion, who was saved by a dolphin. Mercator, qui Arionem ignorat, quis nam est Arion, inquit, ne nomen quidem mihi notum est. The merchant, who does not know of Arion, says, who in the world is Arion? Not even the name is known to me. Ignorus quidem es si illum ignoras. You're ignorant, to be sure, if you do not know that guy. Arion vir nobilis lesbinatus, tam pulchre fidibus canebat, ut alter Orpheus appellaretur. Arion, a noble man, born on the island of Lesbos, was so beautifully singing to the lyre that he was being called another Orpheus, a second Orpheus. Antam ignorus es ut etiam Orpheus tibi ignotus sit. Or are you so ignorant that even Orpheus is unknown to you? Minime vero, not at all. Orpheus quidem omnibus notus est. Orpheus, at least, is known to everyone. Iis fidicen nobilissimus fuit. That guy was the most famous lyre player, qui tam pulchre canebat ut bestiae fere naturam suam oblite accederant, who was singing so beautifully that wild animals, having forgotten their own nature, were coming up, ut eum canentem audirent, in order to hear him singing. Ac rapidi fluvii consisterent, and swift-flowing rivers were stopping, ne strepitu cantum eius turbarent, lest they bother with their racket, his music-making. Orpheus etiam ad inferos descendit. Orpheus even went down to the underworld, ut uxorem suam mortuam inde reduceret, in order to lead back his dead wife from there. Sed perge narrare de Arione, but keep storytelling about Arion. Gubernator, cum omnes attentos videat, hanc fabulam narrat. The captain, since he sees that everyone is paying attention, tells this story. Cum Arion nobilissimus sui temporis fidicen, ex Italia in Greciam navigaret, magnasque divitia secum haberet, naute pauperes, qui homini diviti invidebant, eum necare constituerunt. When Arion, the most famous lyre player of his time, was sailing out of Italy into Greece, and was having with himself great riches, the poor sailors, who were envious of the rich man, decided to kill him. Ille vero consilio eorum cognito pecuniam ceteraque sua nautis dedit, hoc solum orans ut sibi ipsi parcerent. But he, after their plan became known, gave his money and all the rest of his things to the sailors, asking this alone, begging this alone, that they would spare himself, his own self. Ecce inquit omnia que possideo iam vestra sunt. Behold, he says, everything which I own is now yours. Divitias meas habete, parcite vitae. Have my wealth, spare my life. Permittite mihi in patriam reverti. Allow me to return to my homeland. Hoc solum precor. I ask this only. Naute precibus eius ita per moti sunt, ut manus quidem ab eo abstinerent, sed tamen imperaverunt ut statim in mare desiliret. The sailors were so moved by his petitions that they kept their hands from him, at least, but nevertheless they ordered him to jump into the sea immediately. Ibi homo teritus, cum iam vitam desperaret, id unum oravit, ut sibi liceret vestem ornatam induere, et fides capere, et ante mortem carmen conere. At that point, the terrified man, since he was already despairing of life, asked this one thing, that it be allowed to him to put on his rich vesture, to put on his fancy clothes, and to take his lyre, and to sing a song before his death. Id naute studiosi cantum eius audiendi ei permiserunt. The sailors, who were desirous of hearing his music-making, permitted this to him. Ille igitur, pulchre vestitus et ornatus, in celsa pupi stans, Carmen clara voce ad fides cecinet. So that guy, beautifully clothed and decorated, while standing on the high poop deck, sang a song in a clear voice, sang to the accompaniment of the lyre. Ut Orpheus cantus suo feras ad se aliciebat, ita tunc arion canendo pisces alexit ad navem. As Orpheus was in the habit of attracting to himself wild animals by his singing, so then Arion drew to the boat fish by his singing. Postremo autem cum fidibus ornamentisque, sicut stabat canebatque, in mare desiluit. But finally, with his lyre and his decorations, just as he was standing and was singing. He jumped down into the sea. Tum vero nova et mira res accidit. But then a new marvelous thing happened. Delphinus cantu alectus repente hominem natantem subiet. A dolphin who had been drawn by his music making suddenly went under the swimming man, eumque in dorso suo sedentem vexit, and carried him, seated on his back, et in litore Greciae salvum exposuit, and set him out safe on the shore of Greece. Inde Arion protinos Corinthum pedivit. From that point, Arion straightway made for Corinth, ubi regem Periandrum amicum suum adiet, where he went up to King Periander, his friend, eique rem sicut acciderat naravit, and told him the matter just as it had happened. Rex haec parum credidet. The king believed these things not very much, et Arion quasi virum fallacem custodiri usit, and he ordered that Arion, as a deceiving man, be put under watch. Sed postquam naute Corinthum venerunt, but after the sailors came to Corinth, Rex eos interrogavit, the king asked them, Num scirent ubi esset Arion et quid faceret? The king asked them whether they knew where Arion was and what he was doing. Responderunt, hominem cum inde abirent, in terra Italia fuisse, eumque illic bene vivere, aures animosque hominum cantus suo delectare, atque manium lucrum facere. They answered that the man, when they were going away from Italy, was in the land of Italy, and that he was living well there, and that he was delighting the ears and the hearts of men with his music making, and was making a great profit. Cum haec falsa narrarent, Arion repente cum fidibus ornamentisque, cum quibus se in mare iecerat, apparuit. When they were narrating these false things, Arion suddenly appeared with the lyre and the decorations with which he had thrown himself into the sea. Naute stupentes, cum eum quem mersum esse putabant, et a vivum apparere viderent, protinus maleficium suum confessis sunt. The stupefied sailors, since they were seeing him, whom they were supposing to have been drowned, since they saw him thus appear thus alive, whom they were supposing had been drowned, they straightway confessed their wrongdoing. hic medas, et si notum est inquit, non nullos homines delphinis vectos esse, tamen dubito num haec fabula vera sit. At this point, Medas says, although it is known that some human beings have been carried by dolphins, nevertheless, I doubt whether this story is true. Sive vera, sive falsa est, valde me delectat fabula de felice salute Arionis. Whether it is true or false, this story about the lucky saving of Arion delights me very much. Nam sicut ille mirum in modum servatus est, for just as he was saved in a marvelous fashion, cum iam de salute desperaret, when he was already despairing of salvation, ite homines non numquam contra spem, e maximis periculis seribiuntur. Likewise, so, thus, men are sometimes snatched from the greatest dangers, contrary to hope, against all expectation. Hac fabula monemur, ut semper bono animosimus, neve umquam de salute desperemus. Dum anima est, spes est. We are admonished by this story to be of good cheer, and never to despair of deliverance. While there is life, while there is breath, there is hope. Hic verba tandem mercatorem perturbatum aliquid consolari videntur. These words finally seem to console the disturbed merchant to some extent.